Let's cast this game. In the top left-hand corner of the map, he is the French Terran in the blue trunks. His name is Project. If you don't already follow him, I highly recommend it. Really nice guy, good streamer. 5K, I believe both NA and EU. And his Twitch, oh, you know what? His Twitch used to be Project Gaming Art, but I think he actually changed it recently. So, forgive me for that. But anyway, be on the lookout for him. As I said, really good streamer. His opponent, in the bottom right, he's a man of many races, all three of them, to be exact. 5K Master 1, and sometimes low Grandmaster, with any of the three. His name here is Paparoni. I'm going to refer to him as Nat. That was his main ID. It's the ID I know him by. So Paparoni equals Nat, in case you're wondering. Has at least 3 more years. Yeah, dude. I was just saying earlier. I hope StarCraft lasts forever, man. Till the apocalypse. Such a great game. Even when I don't play it, you know, when I take those long breaks, which I'm not going to do, at least until I get Master 1 this time, I'm forcing myself to play through, to aim for Master 1 no matter how long it takes. But anyway, even when I don't play it, I take long breaks from it, I never look back on it bitterly, whereas with other games, I have looked back on my time playing them, and I think, like, why did I spend so much time playing that game? What a waste of time. Never ever felt that way with StarCraft. I get burnt out sometimes, but I never ever felt that I wasted my time. And it was really cool to see DeepMind work on the game, because I had contended for years, not just about StarCraft, but actually about RTS in general, that the game, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, makes you smarter. I think it's, you know, kind of a dumb phrase, but basically you can tell that it enhances your critical thinking and your analytical thinking. I always felt that way playing any RTS. I mean, you have to, if you want to get better anyway, you have to use your critical thinking and your analytical abilities to try to do so. If anything significant happens, like a drone going down, I will actually cast it. So Project does get a drone, might get the Ling. Yes, he does. Good job there. Nat typically does a good job protecting his creep tumors. I have a really hard time picking them off. If I get them, more often than not, I lose the Reaper for it. But anyway, so it's really cool to see DeepMind study StarCraft 2, or use StarCraft 2 to develop machine learning. As far as I know, I think the project is over. Oh no!
Game paused.
He's going to lose this as soon as he unpauses. I think the project is over, right? Like, they stopped development. But either way, it's really cool to see them use that to try to understand just the process of learning and problem solving from an open-ended, imperfect information system, or, you know, environment. And if you think about StarCraft, it's no wonder that high-level players often go on, especially a lot of pro players, often go on to have successful careers in finance or poker, things where they're analyzing risk reward and, you know, a lot of other similar things. He's going to lose it. Yeah, he just lost it right there. That's unfortunate for him. Been experimenting with Mech vs Protoss. It's an interesting experience. Yeah, I've played maybe like 2 or 3 games ever as Mech vs Protoss, and I got mollywopped each time. And typically when I see somebody else play Mech vs Protoss, they get destroyed too. Every once in a while, you will see a Terran break Mech out versus Protoss, and they clearly capitalize on the Protoss's, you know, lack of familiarity with it. They don't know how to deal with it, but overall, to me anyway, and from what I've seen at the pro level, it just seems like such a bad composition against Protoss. Like, if the Protoss knows what to do and how to exploit Mech, it feels like there's no way that the Mech player should be able to win. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. I remember seeing, I think with Maru and maybe someone else. It was years ago. It was, shoot, might have even still been, might have been like the end of Heart of the Swarm. Gumiho, maybe Gumiho and Maru. Anyway, played a mech vs Protoss game. I remember it started out really promising for the Terran, and then he ended up getting trounced. But not sure if any Terrans have nice surround here, by the way. Very nice surround here. I'm gonna start casting the game any moment now. Not sure if any Terrans have been playing mech vs Protoss in the last few years, because I hadn't followed the scene in a while. Good positioning by Project, I must say. It looks like all of the Hellions will go down. Maybe this one will survive, but the way that looked there, for a moment, it seemed as though Project was going to lose all of those Hellions for very little. He ended up killing a decent amount of Lings, so he made the best of a bad situation. It was a really nice surround setup by Nat. Project's going to dip into the main with the Liberator here. Nat should be ready. Pulls everything preemptively. Well done. Oh, it was actually seen at Pro Play last year, not much this year. Yeah, so that was when I wasn't playing, so I didn't see it at all. Every once in a while, it'll kind of mech will kind of poke its head back into the meta in TVP, usually just for like a few games, and then everyone remembers why you don't play it. But if someone can make it work, man. I'm not a fan of mech in general, but if you can make it work versus Protoss, I have to admit that's pretty darn interesting. Way back in the day, back I think like early Heart of the Swarm, there's a French Terran named Daishi, who I forget what Protoss he was against. It was a solid Protoss though. I think a European Protoss, may have been Korean. But anyway, and he went mass blue flame Hellions, and he actually made it work. Not sure if anyone else remembers that game. I still remember what the map looked like that he played it on. It might have been Star Station. I don't recall the name for sure, but I still remember the image in my mind of him just running masses of blue flame Hellions around the map against a Protoss who, as I recall, he definitely had Colossi. I think it was like gateway units with Colossi. It was pretty hilarious, and Daishi made it work. I think he did it for a few games, like he did it for that whole tournament. Anyway, nice push here. It's actually prior to 1-1 though, so there isn't really an advantage. I think Project is just hoping to take Nat by surprise. Nat has responded well. Want a time machine to go back to early StarCraft 2. Oh, I know, man. Wouldn't that be great? I think I could have made a living from it. If only I knew. If I knew then what I knew now. Pretty sure that's probably the case with like anyone who's in Master League. Anyway, Project is doing decently here. He is trading out a lot of units. Just really good positioning on these tanks. Just kind of a funny little unexpected push. Keeps the Medivacs alive. Let's keep that up there. So yeah, he actually out-traded Nat pretty darn well with a very low number of units. The creep's kind of kept back. I mean, it spread out pretty nicely from the main base of Nat, but it wasn't able to spread any further during that push, and now the follow-up actually comes with 1-1. +1 carapace will be done shortly. +1 melee is a little farther behind. Not sure there are enough Banelings. 12 Banelings, depending on the positioning of the tank here and whether or not Project Focus fires them. This might not go too well for Nat. In fact, it doesn't start well at all. There is a counterattack simultaneously right now at the third. Lings are chasing the SCVs of Project away. However, Project is returning the favor here. Drones have been pulled from the fourth. It looks like the fourth base is definitely going to be forfeit. I don't think the Banelings will be morphed in time. We look at the workers killed. It's 7 apiece. But the Lings have now been cleaned up from the third base. Banelings have finished morphing, but again, the fourth base has been taken out. Fortunately for Nat, he had already started, or I should say intelligently, I don't think it was a matter of luck, had already started the fourth base in another location. There's still just one tank with this push. In fact, Project is transitioning into mines. Nat is going to try to double expand, which I think is a good idea. The only issue for him, oh wow, double Liberator, about to go into the main, possibly main and natural. This is a really, really strong play. One queen is in position. Counterattack on the other side of the map, going to surround some Marines. The fourth base attack, I should say, has been completely shut down. Looks like Banelings did the job. There's a lot of action in this game right now. So yes, one Liberator did go down. The other has 0 kills. He is going to poke back in here. Nope, pulled away. Anyway, Project is going to reposition. He still has a bunch of medevacs. He should be able to push this fourth base pretty comfortably. Only 6 Banelings out there. And what I was saying earlier is that I like this double expansion. It's a good idea there from Nat. The only issue is that he doesn't have any creep spread right now at all. It has been completely shut down. Widow Mines actually get some decent connections. I was not expecting that. Great pickup there by Project. I was expecting the Widow Mines to take out those Marines. Very well done by Project. I think we just saw the end of that Liberator. Yes, we did. Sporecrawler has a kill on it. Project is forced to go home. He has a 4th base landing just now. Upgrade situation, I believe. Yeah, it's about to be 2-2 versus 1-1, and it's going to be that way for a long time. 2-2 has not even started yet for Nat, so things are not looking very good. Project is not going to let off of the gas either. He still has 3 Widow Mines here, ready to support this attack. Many, many more Widow Mines coming up. He's going to get a nice spread on them as well. Lings not really able to drag any friendly fire, and Nat is going to have to tap out there. GG. Well played game there by Project. Really aggressive game. Bit of ways off from having enough channel points. I don't even remember how many there are. Let's see. Don't mean to abuse current skills. It's fine to start from 0. What? So why? Oh, what's up, Boognish? Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. So you're friends with Nat, right? I was saying last game when I was casting it, so the opening obviously was a disaster, but I would have liked to have seen how the game would have gone if you didn't take so many drone losses early on, because you did a really, really good job of defending. After that point, you did a really good job of defending his attacks with just a small group of units, like slow Banelings, and then you got a nice flank with slow Banelings. Did a good job intercepting his Marines with your Lings. So it was like a really good job holding on with very little. So it's actually quite impressive after the opener. Play a lot together. I shouldn't have chased the Hellions. Should have defended a macro. Yeah, definitely. Chasing the Hellions is what cost you. But it was, like I said though, after that point, you were just so far behind. I think it was like 16 or 18 drone kills at that point, and Project puts on a lot of pressure, so he didn't really give you time to breathe. But you were able to trade pretty well in a couple of those engagements when I thought you might just be dead. So pretty darn good there. Let's get into casting this game now. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, he's the blue Terran. I think he's won, both of his games so far in this practice session. And his name is Project. His opponent, looking for revenge, although playing as Protoss this time, as opposed to Zerg, which he played in the first game. He's in the top left-hand corner. He's in the red, and his name is Nat. Nat's Protoss is disgusting. I hate playing against it. I've said it many, many times before. He has at least 30 wins against me with Protoss. I've beaten his Protoss once. It was a few weeks ago. I was really, really happy, and then once the euphoria wore away, I was sobered by the realization that again he's beaten me like at least 30 times with this Protoss. I usually do like okay against his Zerg. By okay, I mean like I can win 1 in maybe like 4 or 5 games off of his Zerg. His Terran I've only beaten a few times, but his Protoss just owns me mercilessly. Anyway, as we can see here, he's actually, wow, he actually got the Stalker. I did not think that was going to happen. I wasn't even like casting it. I did not think that that Reaper was going to get the Stalker. I thought the shield battery was going to finish and all would be well in Nat's world. I was just going to say that this little tactic here of putting the bunker down is just meant to be annoying. You want the Protoss to overreact. It doesn't usually get too much done, but a Reaper killing a Stalker is definitely a victory there for Project. We see the Stargate, we see the Phoenix, Twilight Council. I'm guessing that's going to be for charge. This style of Nats, he actually gets a probe too. This style of Nats is really strong. A second probe, things are starting to get a little concerning here. I mean, not like game-ending type concerning, but I can guarantee you Project got more damage than Nat would have expected, certainly more than he would have liked. Now, with that being said, the 2 Phoenixes are coming over here to return the favor. They get 2 workers themselves, so I believe they both got 2. Okay, I'm sorry, 3 apiece. May have been 1 scouting worker apiece also. Forgive me for not actually seeing that. Anyway, I believe we're going to see a second Viking. There it is, tank. So this is going to be the Cyclone, 2 Viking, tank, 12 Marine push. This is designed to cancel or kill the 3rd base of the Protoss. It's specific to this style. Here it comes right now. I forgot. They're typically about 5 SCVs. Looks like quite a bit more, 7 as a matter of fact, in this case. These can be used for repair, can be used to put down a bunker or 2. The bad news for Project is there's no 3rd base yet. Oh, wow. Never mind. So what I was about to say, in fact, I actually want to take a look at this. I'm really not sure what happened there, to be honest. I mean, there was only 1 Stalker and the 3 probes killed. I was going to say bad news, not like this is going to fail or something, but I was thinking that Nat was going to prepare to just like, instead of making his 3rd base, he was going to have defenses prepared, and it looks like that's what he was going for. But he just didn't have the time for it. He was just too late. But yeah, so I thought Project was going to show up and just kind of like spend time attacking the defenses at the natural, and Nat was going to have to pay for that defense with a later 3rd, but he just wasn't able to get his defenses up in time. So quick win there for Project.